Good day. Brother Phoenix here again. We must have a critical conversation if you are to be the one. And that is also teaching you how to navigate Earth. Granted, planet Shibboleth is a safe place. It's a safe haven for you, where we focus on what we can have and not on what we cannot have. It's a clean planet. It's a beautiful planet, pristine. But those times we have to go and try to unplug our brothers and sisters and go to planet Earth, it's inevitable that we're tempted again, as our brothers and sisters are also tempted. When we plug back into the miasma, if we don't have our wits about us, we're in danger of relapsing ourselves. So we must be prepared, because Earth is a dirty, dirty, dirty planet. So it's during those times that we might need to do Shibboleth dirty. Now, what do I mean? It's very important that when we're plugged back into the miasma, that we understand that the way those folks eat is not in a whole food, holistic way. No. Just like we once were, they're shopping down the middle aisles of those grocery stores. 80% of what they purchase is not whole food, which is the philosophy of the Shibboleth lifestyle, but rather 80% of what they purchase is processed foods. These processed foods are full of the worst kind of fat, and they're heavily laden in starch and or sugar. As you will learn in proceeding lessons, starch and sugar coupled with fat, a recipe for certain death and despair even before your demise. Processed foods down those inner aisles is the worst pairing possible. Carbohydrates, sugar, starch, processed carbs, good carbs, doesn't matter. It's coupled with the worst kinds of fat. That's why there's a healthcare crisis on planet Earth. So we must be equipped. We must be prepared with Shibboleth dirty. So what do I mean? We're talking about here our void replacements, lesser evils that will replace some of the things that were evil before and killing us. It'll replace those. And the difference is, even though they're processed, they make for great comfort foods, great void replacements that control insulin. Whatever we do, even when what we're eating isn't ideal, brothers and sisters, we must control insulin, the fat storage hormone, the fat bus, the growth hormone, the appetite accelerant. You must control it at all costs. Brother Phoenix has found a way through macro combining to find almost every imaginable evil food's perfect swap. Let me give you an example. Today we will look at advanced health systems, cheesesteak pasta, mac and cheese, and fettuccine. The best example I know is to share with you a story. As a boy, yours truly, Phoenix, loved Kraft mac and cheese. I'm sure my mom loved it. Quick, easy, budget friendly. But I didn't realize, and nor did she, that it's the worst type of ingredients. And coupled with the worst type of processed ingredients and simple carbs is fat. So upon consuming the boxed mac and cheese, my blood sugar would go through the roof, and my pancreas would release the fat bus. And then that fat would be easily stored. And then later throughout the day, as there were still high levels of the fat bus in my bloodstream, if I ate fat later, even from whole foods, I was storing that too. So what does a Phoenix do? What does a freedom fighter do? Do we give up our boxed mac and cheese? No way! Shout it with me. No way! We're not giving up our mac and cheese. Are you kidding me? Now, before I even go further, I must take a step backwards. Your Shibboleth recipe library is full of delicious mac and cheese recipes. But what about those times we're in a hurry and we're looking for that old favorite, the Kraft mac and cheese? Well, we can take Advanced Health Systems mac and cheese, one package of it. We can have it as a category 2+3. You'll learn more about combinations later, but let me give you an example of how I would have that. I would make that Advanced Health Systems mac and cheese, which is the perfect swap for Kraft mac and cheese. I would make that and I would count it as a category 2+3. And I could put it with a category 1 like chicken breast or fish. So imagine on my portion plate, I have chicken breast and mac and cheese. But because this mac and cheese is fortified with protein, we slow down the fat bus response. Now we've got a beautiful, beautiful void replacement that helps us control insulin. You can also have one package of AHS mac and cheese as a meal episode. You can also use it as a mock hamburger helper. You could take 96% lean ground beef, 2 to 4 ounces, put in your AHS mac and cheese, and you've got a wonderful, amazing beef helper. You can also do that with the AHS fettuccine. Now you have tuna helper. You use the AHS fettuccine just like you do the mac and cheese. I've been known to saute some small to medium-sized shrimp and have shrimp Alfredo with my Advanced Health Systems fettuccine. Many ways to have it. Then there's a special product called AHS cheesesteak pasta. This is a mock beefaroni that will allow you to control insulin. And I've got good news. You can have one package of that with a lean protein, which again we'll learn more about in the near future. But you can also have 2 packages of cheesesteak pasta, unlike the other 2 we've already mentioned. 2 packages as a meal episode. One thing I've been known to do with one package of cheesesteak pasta is to put it over, after it's prepared, to put it over one package of the high-protein chips Double Bites. That's also a fun, budget-friendly, kid-friendly meal. There's so many options, and as we move forward, I'm going to teach you about how to eat Shibboleth dirty.